Welcome back to the vlog. I don't know why I say it like that. Okay, dog. Dog, go. Welcome back to the vlog. We are fishing, and if you can't tell, it's raining. And I'm shivering, so I'm sorry if this is shaky as shit. But I'm a pansy, and we know that I'm from a warmer place than this, so sometimes it still affects me. Anyway. Yeah, we're fishing. I will keep you updated if we actually catch anything.
Alright, so we're going to the farmer's market. You can probably see, same parking spot as always. In the truck, no matter, even if I swing out into the other lane and come tight, I have to back up once. Maybe it's nice taking the car. The truck's still clean.
Also, I whipped out my North Face for the first time since April, at least, March. Probably.
I think I've had. Well, no, we wore them in like June when we went fishing to Silver Lake and caught fish in the rain.
Oh, that's true.
I was going to say I only did because I think this is my only thing that's waterproof-ish.
But I just found a Milky Way wrapper in my pocket, and I was like, what's this from? And then I was like, oh, I guess I haven't worn this in a really long time. It could be from anything.
But yeah, because the truck's still clean. And, you know, like if it's sitting still, the rain gets it a little dirty. Not that bad, so I figured we'd leave it for now. But, yeah, you might be getting... I mean, it'll be a long time from now because Meg gets so far behind on editing. You're going to be getting a lot of me for a little while because I took a week off because my stupid job is making me go to a hybrid schedule. So I got to start driving back and forth to Helen, and bringing Nathan to daycare, even though I have 100% proved that it's incredibly easy to work with Nathan around and not have to be in the office in Helena. So they're just trying to screw me over. And by the time she has this posted, because I'm taking a week off, then I got to start going to Helen every 2 days. And then, you know, in a couple months, it'll be snowy and miserable and icy every day. So, but yeah, so by the time this actually gets posted, I might be jobless and or job hunting and or in a new job.
So, segue slightly, because I was going to vlog about it. I was gonna vlog about it the other day, and my phone's out of storage. But on Wednesday, I had OR clinicals, and I got to see a uterus after a hysterectomy, and I got to hold the head of a femur, and that was so exciting because I got to watch a total knee and a total hip, and all replacements for anyone who didn't understand what I was talking about.
I was gonna say, I feel like that's kind of common.
It was really, really cool, and it's funny because I went to nursing school because I want to be a labor and delivery nurse well, ultimately I want to be a NICU nurse, but surgery is really cool, so maybe now I want to be a surgical nurse. I don't know, maybe I could be a baby surgical nurse or something. I don't know. But anyway, I just wanted to talk about that because it was really interesting.
That'd be incredibly specific, and we probably have to move really far.
Well, yeah, it depends what I can actually do in Montana, I guess. So
they are fantastic.
We went to the farmer's market. I'll show you everything we got because we actually got quite a bit of stuff. So I'll show you when we get home because it's in the back seat.
How Too Sweet LLC.
Okay, so yeah, so there was this lady that was.
That actually just reminded me though. She doesn't actually act like. Because she didn't have any until you buy something and have the bag, you don't even know what she is.
That's true. But so she had samples out, and there's Matt's. He had peach. We're splitting both of them, but he
always has.
Mine is peanut butter brownie. I haven't opened it yet. So I tried this one, and he tried the peach one. But anyway, yeah, it's How Too Sweet. But out
of Deer Lodge.
Out of Deer Lodge. Apparently. Oh yeah, it says right there. There's the address and everything. So if you all live around here and want to get stuff, it's so good. I haven't even eaten my half of this one, but I tried the sample. I haven't tried the peach one yet. I'm about to, but yeah, anyway. And then I'll show you the rest of the stuff we got when we get back to the house.
There's another plus about not bringing the truck.
Yeah, we actually get to eat it.
I was going to say, I would murder if anybody tried to eat anything like this in the truck.
Even if it was yourself.
So there's the peanut butter brownie before we eat it. We went a little bit gung-ho because...
next week's the last one.
Yeah, last year I swear it went to the end of October because they were starting to do turkey orders. The middle of October. Hooterites are, and they were already doing it too. But, yeah, because then the Hooterites said they're not going to be there, so it's like, I guess it's those Filipinos. That'd be the only other people that if they're not there, we probably won't even buy anything next week. So we went in a little bit rogue. We got a chicken from the Hooderites again. Last time I air fried it, and it was pretty awesome. Got some of their potatoes again. Got a yak roast. What else? Bunch of corn on the cob because they had it. I don't know if it's because this batch is smaller. Maybe that's why they were cheaper. But they made them 50 cents each. And
Oh, really? I didn't notice that.
then we got cukes. That's why I got so many. Then we got little cucumbers. We got some more of these, even though we don't need any because we still have like 3. Because we can eat one right now. And we got peaches. And then, since Megan's obsessed with beets, I finally let her get some hood-red beets.
I'm so excited for those.
And then their broccoli. We've only got the broccoli from the Filipinos. I guess you could probably edit that out and call it the Missoula people from by Missoula. I mean, I don't know.
The Missoula people.
Well, I was gonna say, like, I mean, I don't know. That's one of the things. It's like, because like some people would be like, "You're racist." It's like, no, I'm just saying what they are. Like, if somebody was like, "Hey, it's that white guy," I mean, in Butte, that doesn't narrow it down much. But if I was in like Jamaica, and they're like, "Oh, it's that white guy," I wouldn't be offended. And why would anybody be? I'm like, "Oh yeah." I'm like, I mean, maybe there are a lot of white people in Jamaica. I don't know.
Yeah, here's
God.
like address and phone number and stuff if you want to go get stuff from the
Well, and I was gonna say,
colony.
and if you call that, you can order turkeys on that phone number.
But
This is
actually, okay,
This is
so
insane.
1 quart for $8 for pickled beets. I don't know if that's good or not, but I feel like that's probably good.
when you think about those cherries they had last. Well, they had them again, but that we didn't get. I mean,
Oh, the ones we tried.
yeah, the samples. They're such insanely good cherries. Like, I mean, those are the best pickled beets you ever had, even if that's not a good price.
I guarantee they will be. The only ones that I've had are like from the grocery store. I don't think I've ever
Oh my
had.
god. Seems like the earth got liquid in between 2 crusts. And it, like, tried to, like, that crust tried to pop up on me.
Do you like it?
Mm-hmm.
Which one's your favorite? Peach or
I can't remember that.
Because one has peanut butter and one has peaches.
Well, no, and I was going to say, like, because this was, like, super, super dessert-like. The
Say
other
they're two
one's
different
kind of,
things.
sort of, I mean, if that was, like, slightly changed shape and it was a muffin, that could pretty easily be, like, a breakfast food.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, you're right. And they're in different ways. Like, that one's super, super sweet
It's intense.
and stuff. And then the other one is
Really
like...
intense.
And then the other one is like less sweet. I mean, it's not sweet, but it's like, you know,
Peachy.
different.
Like peach level sweet.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so that one there that says last was in this weather. A 4.7, 0 to 60 with an 11.5, 0 to 100 in like soaking wet conditions and rain. I mean, yes.
Did you get squirrely at all?
No, that's what's kind of weird about that is, like,
I didn't feel it, but I was curious.
I was gonna say, like, obviously the one on dirt was quite squirrely, but like even on pavement it felt a little bit weird. Maybe it's because I was so focused on recording that Instagram that I didn't feel it, but it didn't seem squirrely at all.
I didn't feel it though, and I wasn't paying attention to the Instagram, obviously.
Instagram. It's a pretty bad 8th mile though, what the hell? Considering it got to 60 so fast. Because then it was 2/10 slower to the half track and 6/10 slower the whole way. Weird. So I arbitrarily hit G-forces. Yeah, I'm not sure what went down with that front and left peak. I don't recall what that was. Strange. Oh, I didn't realize there was a speedometer right there by it. Just out of curiosity, let's see what this turn going into Offer does.
For G-strip.
Yeah, I was gonna say, because it'll... I'm trying to think. I've looked at it since then, because I was gonna say when I took her off for a ride, I just kind of stomped it like where you get on the highway, like where you do that thing you get on the highway, and I did it like I was going 90 by the time that part that kind of goes like that.
Don't forget you're still in manual mode.
I know.
Okay.
It'll automatically like override me if I don't do what it wants.
I was just making sure.
Yeah, because what's that line? 0.5, so that didn't even get really that close to a half. That's to trace it. Yeah, and like violently jerking, I mean, I'm only going 28 miles an hour, but violently jerking the wheel doesn't even get it to 1. So that must have been, I don't know. Wonder what that is. Like, I don't know. Oh, well.
So we're playing in the puddles, kind of. Whatever puddles there are on this road. But,
There couldn't be any, but I guess it's from tree limbs. I was going to say, 'cause this is fresh pavement.
the reason that I decided to video it is because when we were kids, my dad had an '02 Chevy Silverado that we named Joe Bob. But he had his '02 Chevy Silverado, and so when it would rain like this, because I grew up before the drought occurred. Well, the drought occurred when I was later in life, but anyway. So it actually used to rain in California, and so whenever it would rain, he'd take us in the truck and we'd go play in the puddles like this. Or just go walk and play in the puddles like ourselves, but most of the time we just did it in the truck. We've gotten a couple good puddles, but nothing like super exciting.
I was gonna say the street's fresh, so even with the little spots where the trees are plugged, like tree debris, grass is plugging it. It's not. They're not getting very deep.
Yeah.
Even where it's plugged, it ends up going around it.
What was that? A tree?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's like not anything on this road.
This would be the one to watch the G's. See what this does.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
Still, only got that line's only 1 though.
I know.
Like, that wasn't that angry turn though.
All the little dots are kind of fascinating to me.
They're kind of neat, yeah.
What in the fuck?
I was gonna say.
Is that for turning into the driveway right now?
Well, it's obviously. I was gonna say maybe those were. I was gonna say whatever weird shit went on there when I shut it off. I thought maybe that was what caused this, but clearly not, because then these ones would have stayed at 4, whatever it was just on. Yeah, I guess that's another thing. I don't know if I've mentioned this, but that's another one of the spots. Like sometimes this thing lags. Like if you leave it on media, and then like start the truck. Well, I mean no, like that won't even pop up. This part will just stay empty. Like at least now it's telling you it's loading. Like that'll happen sometimes. Then on home where like I haven't screwed with this, but sometimes the band also won't come up there. Yeah, this is taking kind of a long time.
I've seen the map not come up.
Yeah, and then sometimes it's just like laggy when you turn it on. And then the other day when I needed to update it, like we updated it, and then like I don't know if it took a really long time or what, but it didn't come on. Like the whole way from Butte to my parents, it didn't come on at all. Seeing like it still isn't loading. And then like it did come back on later, but it's like
we were like paranoid because you know how usually you can't turn off the hey, it's 11:11, make a wish. You know how you usually can't turn off like your laptop if you're updating it or whatever. We got kind of paranoid about turning the truck off. But
well, yeah, that's what I was like. Maybe maybe we shouldn't have shut the truck off. But yeah, like see, like there the whole time we showed it still hadn't reloaded. It's weird.
Like onto the soft part of my boot.
Maybe playing in the puddles wasn't a very good idea.
Oh, Jesus.
We gotta leave.
Oh well. They'll come off.
Will they leave? We get made fun of in the comments a lot. This one's gonna be brutal. Okay, I had stuff.
My coworker Holly would say, "You have killed Megan."
I was gonna say I was gonna stop recording, and then I realized she was like about to fall over laughing.
Okay, this
wasn't that
work
funny
all the time. Someone will make me laugh, and I'll laugh like so much, and I'll
She'll fall
literally
down.
kneel on the ground or sit on the ground at work.
It's a little bit like Sal from Impractical Jokers, but she doesn't fall
My
down.
friend Holly will tell them, "You killed Megan."
Night night. Night night. So I guess here's one update on the Helmy thing. We turned it into a witch dog.
By the Tahoe, where I'm about to get in, there's a lake. Oh God, clearly these shoes are not very waterproof.
Yeah, they're definitely not. Come here.
Not even the bottom, so I'm just gonna hurry and get in. Throw it, bud!
Except for the can't get the fucking skin.
Oh goodness. Nana, Nathan's throwing a stick!
Nana, go pay attention to that. Get away from us. This is kind of perfect fishing weather. This is what we caught fish. Last time we caught fish here. Oh, that's that one I threw in a while ago before we even casted that he didn't reel it. He's actually, because that last video when we were at the other place with the dog swimming, he wouldn't bring it back. He's actually getting them like way onto shore this time. But yeah, like I don't think it was raining quite this hard. It was probably like 10 degrees warmer, but it's quite. Oh, see, that's a little more like it. And of course, Nathan's in the puddles. But yeah, it's kind of perfect fishing weather.
Go!
He's already going after one.
Oh God. The dog is gonna be so confused. Or not. Maybe he's just gonna be like, I'll go after those in a minute.
He's just ignoring him.
Yep.
I'm amazed, actually. See, there's another thing. My mom and Megan are sitting in the vehicle. My dad's like up underneath the back hatch. But it's a North Face. When I worked at Shields, I knew every single North Face. I know my other one's a Canyonlands. For some reason, oh, what the heck is it? I'll have to look later. This is gonna bug me now. But it's very peaceful and nice. But random sports update, just because I wanted to say how bad I feel for Northern. Because it was like 2 or 3 years ago, and Tech was like kind of on their downswing of being good, and Tech beat them 93-6, and I think like they broke like the single game NAIA, I think it was like rushing yardage record, maybe rushing touchdowns, and like the record for points was 107, but like a bunch of yardage records they beat. It was brutal. And then like the Grizz surprisingly weren't doing that good because it was 0-3, and when they got to the end of the first quarter, and I'm like, I'm gonna go check the Tech game. It was already 28-0 at the end of the first quarter because that game that was so high scoring. Throwing break. All right, let go. Yeah, and by the way, these sticks smell fantastic. They're pine, and there's like all these little pieces of sap popping out, so they're super, super Christmas tree smelly. But yeah, like we were at the game, and I was like, I think it was like Tech had 2 touchdowns in the first like 4 minutes, and I'm like, if this gets to 35-0, it's almost not worth staying. So it was 30, and by the end of the first quarter, and that's what it was. So we were like, okay, we're gonna leave, and we went and like, I think we went and grocery shopped and did some stuff, and then we like checked in on the radio, and they were at like 70-something to 0 in the third quarter, and I was like, okay, maybe this would be interesting. Come here, dog. So I was like, okay, and I started like looking into some stuff, and I was like, oh my God, they're like not far from the score record. And then like when it hit 93, they put, I mean, like by that point they put in like the lowest people on the depth chart, and we're still moving the ball pretty good, but didn't get, like there was like 7 minutes left when they did that, and I was kind of hoping like, cause 2 more touchdowns and they would have tied the record. So I was like, oh yeah, but then they basically kind of like stopped scoring. But yeah, I almost feel bad for Northern because I mean, at 28-0, Tech had the ball. So I mean, by very shortly into the second quarter, it was probably 35-0. But yeah, then the Grizz basically immediately got a touchdown. But Idaho State's 0-4, and the Grizz are 4-0 and been dominating people. So I was surprised by that. We'll see what happens. But the Grizz scored and had gotten the ball back right before we lost service. And the service here is a little bit too iffy to watch it. I have ESPN Plus now, so I can watch it, period. But yeah, maybe they just had a slow start. But we'll see how that one ends up continuing. Nathan's gotten a couple bites, but he's off screwing around, so he hasn't been able to do anything about it. But yeah, it's funny. Before, earlier this year, I'd never caught a fish here, and it was kind of like this, a little bit warmer. And we caught my first one and Nathan's first fish. And then we come up here like this, and it's like within like a couple minutes having it in the water, there's bites. It's just this lake. I don't know. I guess we haven't screwed with it too much with the fish finder, but supposedly it's super, super deep in spots. So when it's hot and sunny and stuff, the fish go down in that, I'm assuming. So that's why when it's like this, it's way better. And this is kind of better anyway, because the water being hot is not good for fishing. But yeah, like main point, Grizz are massively underperforming and giving Idaho State a shot. Didn't realize they were in a dome either. That's kind of interesting, because I was like, oh, there's rain in there too. Yeah, and that's another thing with the tech deal. It's like this in Butte too. So they did that. They had like 162 yards passing in the first quarter for and I don't know if all the touchdowns were passing, but 162 yards passing and 28 points in a pretty steady rain with some little patches of actual like downpour. Like that's pretty impressive. I bet by the time we get back to service, I bet they'll be in the 50s. I think it. Oh, Nathan just had another bite. Yeah, you gotta pull it out of the pole holder. Yeah, last time we were here, we got it hooked for him before he reeled. So he's fairly new to a lot of the stuff still, so that's why he didn't know to get out of the pole holder and yank. Okay, so I have a question. If anybody out there some sort of like dog shrink or something, which the fact that is probably actually a thing makes me incredibly depressed. But the dog had been like in the water repeatedly, and he was way over there and ran through the puddles and all that. Then came and stood right here with Nathan, myself, my dad, just to come shake directly next to us. And he has yet to shake at any point when he's more than 10 feet from people. See, like, he was over there by my pole, then ran over here to get by my dad to shake. Like, is there a psychological reason behind that? I would be fascinated to know if there's ever been a study as to why they do that. Are your hands getting cold? No, they're not very cold. They don't feel cold. He's getting quite wet. Yeah, my this is, I think I got tangented, but these are waterproof, but the seams are unsealed, so I'm getting like wet lines.
Pull up.
I don't either. Nathan, you gotta pull it out of the pole holder and set the hook.
Okay, set it back down. So Matt's the only brave one left. We're all in the vehicle with the heater on. Nathan's sitting here warming up his hands on the heater vent. Matt's I don't know where. Somewhere keeping an eye on the fishing poles. And dog is running around. So he was in here for a minute too. He's getting sticks. Yes. Nathan is eating popcorn, yes.
Eating this for a minute. This. I'm seeing this and this.
Yeah, he's got his snacks. He's a happy boy. What? Look at this dog.
Get out.
He's only a spray.
Nina, get in the back.
Hey, in the back. You are a puss.
Yeah, Nathan says Daddy's the only brave one now.
Not Nine-Nine.
Not Nine-Nine. Nine-Nine's in the Tahoe. Oh, now he's out.
I'm playing for good.
He's just going back and forth.
The rain's almost stopped.
What?
Look at how soaked that dog is.
Almost stopped. Where are you at?
Well, I mean, there's mostly like little
I think I'm going to go in this one.
I'm gonna try this giant stupid one. It's kind of that theory, like I said, as long as it has a flat surface, you can usually get at least one skip out of it. Yeah, see? These are actually decent skipping rocks until I hit the dog on accident. That one tipped up and caught an edge. Honestly, I was expecting a lot out of that one.
That was a good one.
Well, and that's the thing, is it's like,
I can do it.
Nathan, we've discussed how to do it. No, but this one's, yeah, that's exactly how you skip. Do that again, bud. Show the people how you skip rocks.
Skip the rocks.
Oh God, dog. But yeah, this is weird. And I have a theory.
Okay, don't hit the dog, please.
I have a theory. Because we hadn't gotten a bite for a while. And then the dog, I threw a stick because the dog kept barking at me.
Well, that's what happened last time.
Well, yeah, and I was going to say he went in after a stick. And I almost wonder.
Don't hit the dog with rocks.
But I think what it might be is that if they're just chilling, then all of a sudden some noise makes them scurry. And then they get close to something. They're like, oh, might as well bite it since I'm out. Because it was like we got no bites. Then the dog went back in the water. And then Nathan got another bite again. I wish I could find it. Because remember last time we were here when I found a really giant. This one's fairly big.
Nathan yelled at your dad.
But I got one about like huge to skip. Because as long as it has one flat surface, you can get at least one skip out of it normally.
Really,
I
dog?
feel like, what, 3 or 4? And that one wasn't super good. See, here's another one. Like this one, the one side's kind of flat, so I should be able to get at least one. Oh, that was a lot more than I expected out of that one.
But yeah, because Nathan's pole had a bite. And
That's an interesting
your dad
trick.
was lighting a cigarette, so he didn't go immediately to the bite. So Nathan yelled at him.
Oh, that slipped out of my fingers earlier than I wanted. I was trying to hold it really weird. Ooh, this might be kind of a good one. Here's another example. It's like, it's kind of big, but... Oh, geez. That's a lot of distance.
Yeah,
That's the thing that sucks, as tall as I am. If I stay completely upright and do it, even a perfect skipping rock won't skip very good. Because it's going down so much. If I get kind of down here, so it's... Because, I mean... Let's just try something.
Where are you going, Nathan?
Nathan! Let's just... Because I was going to say, I bet I can even make a... Because this one's pretty round. I could probably even make it skip. If you can get the right trajectory. Yeah, see? It's all about trajectory. It's not so much about the rock. See, like this one, it's got a flat surface. And a very sharp corner to mangle my finger on. Oh, that hurt.
Stay out of the puddles.
But yeah, like this giant monstrosity. See, there's only one, but... What? Well... Hey! Well, I mean, the rest of the story is apparently, I don't remember what my dad said it was, like 3 or 4. Because the highway's right over there, which I think we showed that when we were here in the boat. But the, apparently, like those big, huge round bales, like 3 or 4 of them fell off and they were floating around the lake randomly. And I'm like, I wonder what that is. And I'm thinking it's this, you know, dead grass or that like randomly blew in or something. No, it's some of the hay. So, hey. Nathan, watch. Here's how you... Ooh, that one's flat. Ooh, that was a real good one. Pretty nice.
Hey, do this one.
Well, see, that's what I was going to say. It's kind of... I want to... Like this one. That one really doesn't look like it skip. It's all about trajectory. You get about half the time you can get one like that to skip anyway.
Oh, geez, Nathan.
Now, if I can get even one like that to skip. What? Yeah, I was going to say.
I just wanted to film this because it's kind of pretty.
Hurt. E.
You went too hard, you goofy dog.
There's a creek right down there.
Yeah, that's probably actually a creek, not a creek. Oh, and then he stops.
I'm going directly to the house. Fuck it.
I'll get the key to somebody that lost.
Nathan quit. Megan had to pee. But yeah, the dog was like that little low whine he was doing. He had that going to the point it was like deafening, and it was almost like vibrating. So it was like, it kind of sounded like a Wookiee, but I don't think a Wookiee could hold it that long. Look at the dog hair from the maniac dog trying to jump out the window. It's kind of funny because we tie him in there so he can't like jump up in the front. And he kept trying to pile out, which would just result in him hanging himself. So I don't know what his deal was. So update on my prediction. Tech won 73-0. I didn't really make a prediction about the Grizz game. They ended up winning 28-20. But when we first got back into service, we turned it on and they'd just given up a touchdown. And then Idaho got the ball back and got one more touchdown is what got it that close. And there was like 56 seconds left, and then obviously the Grizz recovered the onside kick. And I am not exactly sure what is happening here. Or, Nathan, what are you trying to accomplish?
We've been under the mud.
Under the mud? What does that mean?
I don't know.
Okay. I also just noticed from throwing the stick, so it's like I was taking the stick and obviously doing that. And just crap coming off the stick. I was like, I know I didn't rub anything there or anything like that. And I guess there's also a smidge on the end of the sleeve, so yeah, that's kind of crazy how much dirt can come off sticks. I guess when they're laying on the dirt and then you throw them fairly hard, that flies off. And I could feel the water droplets hitting me, so it makes sense. There's some stuff on the top of my hat, but it was soaked, so I didn't put it back on yet. I guess I didn't reiterate it, but yeah, poor Northern. I mean, I don't know. I guess it's probably most of the Frontier Conference does that to them. I don't pay that close of attention to other scores unless it's like, okay, we're trying to win the conference or something. But yeah, like they've got to hate us. I mean, because that's like, yeah, that other game was a few years ago, but between the two, that's 166-6 in 2 games. Like, I mean, yeah, they were years apart. I mean, we got to go play them in Havre again to finish out the season, which, I mean, Tech is actually still ranked and probably has a playoff spot as of, I don't remember how many teams make it in NAIA. I don't know if it's kind of like, I think it's kind of like FCS where there's 8, they get a bye and then 16 more, but they'd be in right now with that. But if they went out, they should pretty easily be in, and Northern would be a nice, like, fun way to go in the playoffs, dominating. If they went out, they might get home games. That'd be kind of cool. But Western's always tough. And Southern Oregon, those are both home games. Yeah, we actually beat Western pretty, I wouldn't say handily per se, but surprisingly, like, went to Dillon and were up pretty big at points and ended up finishing it off, I think, by 6. I don't remember off the top of my head. Fast! No, through the deep part, bud. Not that part.
Okay.
If you're about to take a bath, you might as well. Go down the, like, get down a little bit past the bush and get going real fast and come right through here. Right here.
Okay.
This is weird. I thought encouraging him, he'd be like, ah! Do you want to lay down in it? I was kind of kidding on that one. See, if you hit it lengthwise and you get a bunch of speed up, it's going to be a lot more interesting.
Oh, yeah, that's out. Go.
Get in the puddle. You were supposed to go stay parallel to the concrete, so the edge didn't slow you down. Goofball. Okay, now you decided to do it right. Try not. Sit in it.
Ew.
I guess he's still wearing his basically brand new
Go.
it's the first time he's worn it. It's like makes him look like he's in a tracksuit, like he looks like he's in the Russian mafia. Nathan, do you have the jacket that goes with that on underneath that other jacket? Because at the back of it's white and like the inside of the collar is white. But yeah, I don't know if we got any footage of that when it was still clean, because this might be the last time it's clean, because some of this stuff, it never comes clean, right? Okay.
Hey. This one.
Oh, geez. That was not what I was getting. I wanted to hear all the sloshing in your boots. Don't do that.
Do what?
And go in there, because there's still rocks and stuff.
Ow.
You gotta go do your bath, like, almost right this second.
Can I get my boat on?
Well, you've got it on, don't you? Yeah, see?
He's worried. Don't throw.
Yeah, when he's running like that, it's kind of hard to hear, but when he was walking, kind of, you could really hear the water sloshing in him and out of him. Nathan, stop for a second. Nathan, just walk for a second. Walk really slow. Not with the fire truck. Okay, go ahead and go fly through the water with the fire truck now. I just wanted to hear this foot squishing. Well, yeah, I'm gonna. Don't fall. This is gonna be intense. Good God.
You are gonna take it back.
You know, I'm gonna be the day we roll in here with a mini to dig that French drain there, and we tell him what's about to happen. He's probably gonna bawl. See, now this is what you call being nature friendly. My dad cut this years and years ago, and we still have it. Obviously, we have like this metal one, and I got like a retractable plastic one. But it's like he cut that years and years ago, and it was just the perfect shaped stick, so it just got kept. Like, you know, instead of cutting one every time you go. I mean, obviously kind of kidding, because cutting one chunk off a willow doesn't matter, because they grow insanely quick. He's got mud even on his face. Look, Megan took her shoes out to wait for her socks to dry. She's got my dad's shoes on.
Well, because I wasn't.
Oh, and then you're dragging the laces in the water.
No, I am not. Oh, yes, I am. Because I wasn't gonna come out here because I had socks on and not shoes, and so then I was standing right next to Dad's boots.
I was showing your back slit.
And so then,
It's kind of funny considering
so
it's
then,
not super warm.
So then,
And she
Dad
winds up
was
with the
like,
cold.
just throw my boots on.
Hey,
What?
hey, can you find this?
But as heavy as those boots have got to be getting, I don't know how he hasn't tripped yet.
Yeah, he's saturated.
You ready for your bath? There's rotate.
What did I do?
Turn around. Yeah, see, he's like basically like a Rush Mafia tracksuit style thing. I wish he had just like a plain white cotton undershirt. But you do, bud.
Helen.
Thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share it with your friends. Let me know what you think.